WMAR.
Thanks for joining us for Your Voice, Your Stories. I'm Cara Burnett. We kick things off with a question. Can you imagine a water bill so high you're actually afraid to turn on the faucet? Well, that's the reality for 4 communities in Western Maryland. And as Jeff Morgan tells us, the rates are forcing people to use extreme conservation measures.
My water bill is about $250.
Right now they're averaging about $170.
It's been averaging $500 a month for 2 people.
For about 1,200 people in Western Maryland, taking a long shower is a luxury they can't afford. In the Glen Oaks, Bel Air, Pinto, and Highlandtown Estates communities, water and wastewater rates are so high, people are turning to extreme measures and turn to us for help. We spoke to more than half a dozen people about the burden of these high bills.
Essentially, individuals and households in all of these communities do not have access. They are excluded because of economic reasons.
To save on their bill, people are conserving as much water as they can.
We do the paper plates, the plastic silverware, the plastic cups, so you're not running water using dishwasher.
So from day one, we installed rain barrels to capture rain. We use that for all of our gardening activities to water flowers.
When you would wash your dishes and let the water run, you can't do that. You brush your teeth and let the water run, you can't do that. Maybe only flush every other time.
Showering at home is viewed as a luxury.
By show of hands, how many people shower at a place that is not their home?
I can't. My husband's disabled. We both are, but him more than me. I couldn't get him in anywhere to use a shower, so we shower at home together.
These community members are in a unique situation. They get their water from a private company that's regulated by the Public Service Commission, Maryland Water Service. This is what a typical monthly bill looks like for Larry Smith. He pays a water distribution charge of $42. Then, for every 1,000 gallons his house uses, he pays Maryland Water Service $14.07 and Allegheny County $10.04. Because that's who MWS buys the water from. Between the two, it's $24.11 for every 1,000 gallons his house uses. Add on a fire charge and his family is at $150. But that's just to get the water to his house. He pays another $42 wastewater charge and $19.03 per 1,000 gallons to send that same water down the drain. In total, he's at $278 for a month of water. In nearby Cresaptown, a person with the same usage would pay about $120 a month, less than half of Larry's bill. And if these prices weren't enough, Larry's bill is going up 17% starting November 1st.
These communities inevitably will wither away from the sheer pressure of the inability to survive at the hands of private corporate water.
Allegheny County has the lowest median household income in the state at just over $21,000. The community members want cheaper water, but don't know where to turn.
I understand the frustration with everybody here. I think we all feel the same. We just need a little help.
We reached out to Nexus Water Group, who owns Maryland Water Service. The company defended their water rates and charges, saying it's been approved by the Public Service Commission, adding that Maryland Water Service aims to assist customers who may be struggling with their bill. Resources available include a payment plan, leak adjustments if one is found, and an opportunity to review usage with the company. Maryland Water Service is in the process of being sold from Nexus Water Group to American Water.
That was Jeff Morgan reporting. The residents you saw in that interview tell us they are exploring options to get off Maryland Water Service and onto the county's water system.
I'm Mallory Safaste in Baltimore. It's open enrollment season, and you may notice some changes when you select your health insurance, especially in what you'll pay. And Maryland lawmakers have passed a temporary measure to ease the impact of expiring tax credits, but relief depends on your income. Health insurance can be complicated and costly. For workers like Bobby Laughlin, the state marketplace has been a lifeline.
I have 2 jobs. I work in a restaurant, and then I also do HVAC installation.
Neither job offers health insurance, so he buys it through Maryland's marketplace.
And the way that works is that I get a really good health insurance plan for a very reasonable price.
It's reasonable because he doesn't pay full price.
The law recognizes if you don't get your health insurance through your employer, which your employer typically pays 50, 60% or more towards that, that you need a little help being able to make that monthly premium.
Michelle Aberly, executive director for the Maryland Health Benefit Exchange, says that help comes through enhanced federal tax credits, discounts funded through taxes you'd otherwise owe. But those credits expire at the end of the year unless Congress acts, a key issue in the federal funding standoff.
I pay under $70. I pay like $68 a month.
Without the tax credits, he'd pay $400. However, Maryland's General Assembly approved a one-year subsidy to soften the blow, bringing his premium closer to $140 instead of $400, but not everyone qualifies.
So particularly for lower income folks, we will be able to provide that state subsidy and make up that gap. Middle income, we can do about 50%, a little bit higher than that, over 400% of federal poverty level, which for a family of four in Maryland is $128,600. We can't provide anything. So that's where you're going to start to see the significant increases.
And Michelle is concerned higher prices could cause people to drop coverage.
I mean, people want health insurance. They want it for themselves. They want it for their families. But if you can't afford it, and if you're having to make a decision between food on the table or your health insurance, you know which one will go.
There are other changes too. DACA recipients, around 300 Marylanders, are no longer eligible for marketplace coverage. Some immigrants with lower incomes will also lose access to premium tax credits, and others may need to submit extra paperwork when enrolling.
Even though costs are going up, there still are options. We know they won't be as affordable, but we also want our consumers to know that many of the services that are provided are pre-deductible, no copay or coinsurance. A lot of the wellness benefits, getting immunizations, seeing your primary care doctor.
Bobby doesn't want to lose those benefits, which is why he testified before federal lawmakers last week.
It's great insurance, and I'm so appreciative for it. I would hate to see it go.
Michelle says if Congress renews the federal tax credits, Maryland will move quickly to adjust the rates even after the new year begins. In Baltimore, Mallory Safaste, WMAR 2 News.
And if you're shopping for coverage through the state marketplace, you have until January 15th to enroll. But Michelle says it's best to act early, and navigators are available to help you choose the best plan that makes the most sense for you. From the military to the classroom, Sierra Williams tells us how a high school teacher and veteran is inspiring the next generation.
At Hereford High School, the sounds of learning fills the halls. And inside one social studies classroom, history isn't just taught.
Let's get those essays started.
It's lived.
My George seat, thank you.
Meet Marcus Robinson, a U.S. Army veteran who spent 20 years in service before finding a new mission, teaching.
I've wanted to be a teacher since I was a kid. It has always been my passion. And I took a short detour for 20 years in the military, but this is where I've always wanted to be.
Robinson served as a Patriot missile specialist, defending skies and training soldiers. Now he uses those same lessons like discipline, preparation, and purpose to guide his students.
A classroom there's really no place for like a military structure in a classroom. However, like the discipline and preparation, all of that is like really important because the students, they deserve to have the best, most well-prepared instruction that they can possibly get.
You dad's veteran? Why didn't you never tell me this?
He says his military background helps him meet students where they are, even using real-life experiences to help teach subjects.
I teach U.S. history, so it is definitely something that comes up. A lot of the countries that we talk about, I've been to, I've served in, I've got experience with lots of different cultures, and so they absolutely know.
Robinson says teaching is just another form of service.
that call to service, like that never leaves you. It's the reason that I'm a teacher, and it's the reason that why a lot of veterans do what they do, even after getting out of the military. And so, like, I think that's the one big takeaway, that I think everybody should understand, that like veterans that live within the community, they still want to serve the community. That never leaves you, even when you take the uniform off.
In Hereford, Sayera Williams, WMAR 2 News.
I'm Maria Morales in Edgewood. Coming up, I'll show you a place that gives people in need a place to just breathe.
You're watching WMAR 2 News, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back to Your Voice, Your Stories. A new book on famed rapper and actor Tupac Shakur is uncovering stories you may have never heard before. But first, a local nonprofit getting calls from all over the country. The trade they're teaching students for free.
Well, upholstery is a trade that is high in demand but low in skilled workers, and that's where the Kavanaugh House comes in. I'm Megan Knight here in their workroom in Southwest Baltimore, where they're making what's old new again while also expanding the labor force.
I'm working on some leather tufted stools. These are like the guts of the chair.
This is the beginning of Erica Miguel's latest upholstery project as she is learning the ropes of this industry.
I wanted to work with my hands, I wanted to be more creative, but I also wanted to support myself in a way that I didn't know was possible before.
Erica says she was struggling in the tech world, living with her parents, when she found the free upholstery trades program offered by the Kavanaugh House.
When I was working in tech, I felt like I was just a cog in the wheel, but here it's not just, oh, I'm working on a piece for a client. My family wants to work with me. My friends want to work with me.
We are one of 5 schools that I know of in the United States that teach this as a career.
Stacey McAleer is the founder of the Kavanaugh House. She wanted to provide a solid career for people looking to get back on their feet and says the upholstery industry desperately needs skilled workers.
The average age of an upholsterer is 60 years old, and the average age of a sewer is like late 40s, early 50s. They will have a job doing this for as long as they want to.
And the demand for this type of work is high as more people are looking to save a little money and be eco-friendly.
We show always the before and after, and people will call us and be like, wait a minute, that couch had curves and now it doesn't have curves. And I'm like, yeah, we can do that.
I have to line this up, very carefully so that the patterns match.
The students, like Amira Aluzier, are paid while they learn, and everything they work on is a job from an actual client.
My most memorable, I think, would be my first major project, which was a pair of brown leather recliners. It was really tricky because there's a lot of mechanical parts to put together, and I think it was such a memorable moment to actually have it all finally pieced together. I actually was crying tears of joy just to see I made something beautiful.
And the feedback the students get from those clients is probably the most valuable payment they could receive.
It is very comfortable.
So we have clients now that are asking for our students, which is really fun, and it's such a confidence booster for our students to know, oh my gosh, they liked what I did and now they're asking for more.
As for Erica, she's not just gaining new skills for a new career, she's gaining independence.
I was originally living with family when I moved down here, but now I'm living on my own, and I can say that I'm independent, and really good things coming out for me from this program.
And for more information on how you can support the work here at the Kavanaugh House, just head to our website. I'm Megan Knight for WMAR 2 News.
I'm Maria Morales in Edgewood, and we're going to show you a food pantry that's unlike any you've ever seen.
It looks like a country general store. Actually, it's the Hope Center Food Pantry, run by the nonprofit Breathe 37.9 solely on donations. Founder Michael Nolan opened it 5 years ago with a different vision.
Thanks, guys. Come on, let's go.
We want you to come in, relax, have a place where you can sit and talk, catch your breath, and just get the services that you need on your terms as we walk through life with you.
The Well serves made-to-order coffee and hot meals, like today's Southwestern turkey casserole. Clients get table numbers, are seated and served, while waiting to shop in the country market and clothing boutique.
We average about 60 families on a Wednesday, and I will say that, believe this or not, and that's okay, but we've seen where God has really multiplied stuff that's in there, and he takes care of who's here, and we go from there.
Marshall and Carrie Forbes know that care firsthand. 5 years ago, addiction cost them their home, jobs, and children. The Hope Center, they say, was their saving grace.
This place is like a second family. They help you out. They always ask you what you need. And I mean, if something happens to you, you lose a job, lose a house, they're always here for you. They're here for the community.
Now a year sober, they're rebuilding and working again. With grocery prices soaring, the pantry fills critical gaps.
You go to Food Lion, money doesn't really, it's outrageous. Not everybody can afford to do it. So this place picks up the odds and ends. It really helps out.
Word is spread on social media. People start lining up at 7:30, waiting for the 10 a.m. opening. Last week, they ran out of food.
Folks were amazing. So we had a couple folks that were standing in line already. Maybe the lady had $5, and she gave us $5 and said, put it towards whoever needs food. They felt like it was more important to give it to somebody that really needed it even more than they did.
In Harford County, Maria Morales, WMAR 2 News.
I'm Randall Newsom here at the Baltimore School for the Arts, the former stomping grounds of hip-hop legend Tupac Shakur. And a new book is pulling back the curtain on his life. And what the author found may shock even the most diehard Tupac fan.
How do you even begin to tell the story of one of hip-hop's most beloved icons, especially when the story has been told and retold so many times before?
I interviewed 650 people for the book, like deep dive.
Wait, hold on. How many people?
Well, 652 was the official total, 652 people.
Well, that seems like a pretty good start, but first, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
I'm an untraditional Tupac author. Like, obviously, I'm a sports writer. I'm a white guy. I'm from rural New York. Like, there are going to be a lot of questions. Why are you writing this book? Why should you write this book? Which I understand 100%. And I think the number one way you can at least justify your existence and make an argument for you is if you put in the work.
Jeff wanted all of the answers to those questions to show up in the pages.
Tell you the journey, tell you what kind of soda he liked, tell you who he dated, tell you what his love letters sounded like, tell you what went behind the songs. My greatest technique in working on this book, honest to God, saying to the hip hop artist, look, I recognize I'm not of this world, but you're never gonna meet anyone who's more curious about it. And I felt like that took me very far.
He circled back on Tupac's time in Charm City, from middle school in Roland Park to his freshman year in high school sharing a classroom with NBA great Sam Cassell.
Oh man, Baltimore was my favorite part of his life, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here, it's my favorite part of his life. One of the first things I did is get the old Baltimore School for the Arts yearbooks. And then you go person by person by person by person by person. He had a girlfriend named Mary Baldridge. And Mary now lives in Nebraska, and she was a ballet dancer back then, and they met because Tupac worked on a ballet production. They needed an acting student. And I found Mary, and Mary had never spoken to anyone before. And Mary said to me, if you come out to Nebraska, my mom recently found about 150 letters that Tupac wrote me under the bed. And if you come out to Nebraska, I'll share the letters with you. And I was like, I will be there tomorrow, Mary.
Jeff met up with Mary, and through those letters, got to know Tupac, the young poet. Some of his proudest moments, reuniting the real-life mother and son that inspired the 1991 song, Brenda's Got a Baby. And while it's well documented that the famed rapper's life came to a tragic end, you may be surprised to find out where his mother, Afeni, buried a portion of his ashes.
On an abandoned lot in Lumberton, North Carolina, an abandoned lot in a town that time has forgotten.
Tupac's final resting place, known to only about a dozen people, just one of a few discoveries Jeff was able to uncover on the artist who lived a multi-layered life.
I hope people really get a good understanding of who this guy was, what made him who he was, and that he wasn't just thug life or a slogan on a t-shirt. He was a real human being who had to overcome so much to get to where he was. And even though he died at 25, even though he had a lot of hardships and a lot of missteps, I consider him in many ways a resounding success story.
Randall Newsom, WMAR 2 News.
Here's a creative twist on the pumpkin spice craze. Coming up after the break, I caught up with the Baltimore business that's drawing customers from up to an hour away.
The fresh start you deserve.
All right, who needs a cup for a pumpkin spice latte when you have the actual pumpkin? At the Smoothie Garden in Federal Hill, they're giving people a latte to talk about.
Let's do something a little different for the fall. Yes, do a pumpkin, but a pumpkin latte.
Pumpkin spice, everything nice, has been pretty popular on their seasonal menu.
If they travel 45 to an hour, they love it.
So owner Montana Logan figured, why stop at Halloween? She's keeping the drink around until the end of November, serving the latte and the pumpkin itself.
You want the circle to be kind of wide so you could get all the good whipped cream around. You want to gut it real good.
Fill it with ice, then their pumpkin spice latte. Oh, and top it off with a mini pie.
They say it tastes very refreshing and it wakes them up. It's the best latte they ever had.
Data from Nielsen shows Americans spend about $500 million on pumpkin spice products every year, from crowds waiting hours for the Barnes pumpkin latte on Long Island.
Like a girl was just trying to get her coffee and came out with this.
With others bringing pumpkins as cups to Starbucks.
It wasn't no place in Baltimore who was doing it. Yeah. So I was like, let's just do something that nobody else is doing here. That's my whole goal, to be different and stand out.
And that's exactly what she's been doing. The smoothie shop went viral over the summer for their watermelon and pineapples filled with Italian ice. And next up, there's something brewing for the matcha lovers.
Pumpkin matcha. Okay. Yes, and the pumpkin.
But people love matcha.
Yes, they kill for the matcha.
Montana says trends like this keep sales going, especially in the colder months. She's also celebrating a little over a year since opening. Montana was actually looking to start another type of business, but says this space was meant for something more fruitful.
I was looking for a child care center, and this fell into my lap, and I was like, well, I love making smoothies, so why not open up a smoothie shop?
If you have stories you'd like us to cover, we want to hear from you. You can email us at storyideas@WMAR.com. And that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to tune in again next week for Your Voice, Your Stories. I'm Cara Burnett.